time for some 8-1 for your wealth. Join with us now. We've got Mr. Greg Hayes, who's the CEO and president over at Kish Bank. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, straight off the holidays. Greg, we're already looking at the next year.
Yes.
It's that time of year to start thinking about 2025. When we're thinking about banking, you have a few updates that people kind of need to keep in mind.
Right. Well, I mean, every time I'm around town and people always ask what's happening with interest rates.
Yeah.
They want to know whether it's for their CDs or their savings accounts or for borrowing, for loans, mortgages and home equity loans or business loans. We're in an interesting time. The government printed a lot of money. They injected a lot of stimulus into the economy when COVID hit. And we're still working our way through that. And so we saw tremendous inflation and unemployment is at record lows. So the government's trying to control that by doing what they can with short-term interest rates, which is where your CDs and your money markets are. So while we're seeing those come down a little bit, we're actually seeing longer-term rates, so mortgages and more longer-term lending products going up. And people are confused by that. So what we're really encouraging people to do is just come in and have a conversation. Talk to a banker, understand what you're trying to do, help us understand what you're trying to do, and let us give you some advice, whether it's short-term rates, taking advantage of the fact that longer-term rates are coming up, so you may want to take advantage of a longer-term CD if you don't need that money right away, or if you're you need to borrow some money, when's the best time to do that? What can you afford? And that really is what it comes down to. The reason our economy is so strong is because we are spending. And as we go into an economic cycle, and we have economic cycles, I mean, we have to expect that there's going to be strong economies and there's going to be weak economies. And, you know, you've got to manage your spending in those periods of time. But the reason our economy is so strong is because people are spending a lot of money, and that means debt is rising. And a lot of folks are nervous about coming into a bank.
Yeah.
They feel like they should know more. Don't be.
Yeah.
I talk to so many people that run businesses, entrepreneurs and technology companies, and the most sophisticated people I know in business don't really have that strong personal finance acumen. And so come in and talk to a banker. Just talk about what you're trying to do, and we can help.
Yeah, it's easy to feel overwhelmed with some of those questions and admitting that you don't know something, and yeah, just leave it up to the experts.
Right.
Obviously, too, you're talking about taking the ups with the downs. Next year, we will be under a new presidential administration.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on some of those changes to come with that?
Sure. Well, we do know that this administration will be focused on a strong economy. They will do that through stimulus, through certain tax policies, and that will inject more money into the economy, which will potentially cause rates to continue to rise because the government wants to manage economy. When that's their tool. If the economy's too hot, they turn up interest rates, and that can help manage a hot economy. So we'll see how that evolves, but we know that the past Trump administration was very pro-economy. It did a lot to create stimulus. Unfortunately, it ended in the pandemic with a ton of stimulus, and we're still working through that. So we just don't know how it will happen. The other thing we'll potentially see is regulation easing. The former administration, when they were in place, there was a lot of regulatory kind of pullback. And what that might mean is that you have to be more careful when you're picking your products or when you're working with particular organizations. There's a lot of financial products out there. They don't all come from banks, and they're not all as heavily regulated. And so ask lots of questions. Like I said, come into the bank, say, what do you know about this? What do you know about that? You know, there's a lot of payment applications out there. There's a lot of money-saving applications. If it's too good to be true, ask the question. We just encourage people to build a relationship with their banker and be able to ask those questions so that they can be confident in what they're doing, what they're choosing.
Would you say do that now or even after the new year's okay? Or
all the time.
Yeah, okay.
Build a relationship with your banker so that whether you are looking forward to 2025 or you've got a big purchase that's happening now, a car or home or something of that nature, or you want to use a new technology, stop into your bank. We've got lots of great community banks around this part of Pennsylvania. Stop in, check it out, and check out the new technology that's available, but ask questions about it. At Kish, we're doing a lot of things. We've got our live banker capability where you can go up to an ATM and touch the screen and talk to a banker. Ask them questions. We're building new branches. We're obviously here in Altoona, in our Pleasant Valley Boulevard branch, but we're building a new branch in Juniata County. We're expanding and growing. We're in 5 counties now, and so we're trying to make it easy for you to come and build a relationship and talk to that banker who can give you advice and help you out.
Yeah, so people can find the right fit for them, because some people they're like, I just want to talk to somebody face to face. So you've kind of solved that issue.
Yeah, we're seeing less of that. People are getting more and more comfortable just looking online, finding the answer online, and that's where fraud originates. That's where people get a lot of misinformation. You want to talk to someone you can trust, and that's usually someone in your community, and that's a community banker. So we hope you come see us or any of your other great community banks and ask those questions that will help you with your financial success and independence.
Yeah. I mean, December, like you said, big spending month. Like you said, those big ticket items too. Maybe a new car, some bling. You know, you might want to be, thinking
we want to support that. Let us help you, but have a conversation about it. Plan for it.
Yes, very good. Greg, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.